r/askreddit, serious, what are good jobs for those who don't want too much social interaction? A lot of trade jobs. For example, I know a lot of electricians who will spend hours wiring a panel or just working on something, rarely deal with customers and occasionally talk to co-workers. I work in the trades, and while I sometimes dislike dealing with clients, the teamwork and ensuing banter is what turns some dull, long days into okay days. I clean hotel rooms. I just clean while listening to music, audiobooks, and YouTube essays for 6 hours. I don't have to talk to anyone. It's great. Never going back to customer service jobs. When I went from housekeeper to housekeeping manager, I instantly regretted my decision. I missed my days of podcasts and cleaning with only the occasional absolute shit show almost instantly. Even now back in school, sometimes I consider going back over the summer to clean until I remember how terrible the tourists were. If you just look annoyed all the time, any job can have minimal social interaction. I tried that, but no matter how annoyed I look, customers just don't get the hint. They're always like, "I'd like to pay for this, and why are you ignoring me?" So annoying. The Costanza routine. Until you get the manager that doesn't want you looking frustrated/overworked, because it's a bummer to co-workers, huh? Not speaking from experience. Audiobook proofreader. Headphones on and staring at screens all day. It's awesome. Smiley face. Where exactly does one find an audiobook proofreading job, cause I'd love to do this. Welder. Pays well, you're rarely out of a job, and you spend your day inside your protective armor of darkness and privacy. Anyone who approaches to talk about meaningless shit can go blind and develop skin cancer. But really, you must be very serious about PPE, not only from the light but also hearing and breathing, otherwise the one with cancer might be you. Do you have a set schedule like regular shift work, or are you paid per book, etc.? Remote bookkeeping/low-level accounting work like accounts payable and accounts receivable. I absolutely hate working with people. So I worked on a farm for a number of years, so I only seen the boss maybe 5 minutes a day. Driving a truck is good. I'm on my own all day. Damn, this has been a dream for me. I know it's a demanding work and you need to be in good shape, but I would choose that over any career job. Writer/editor. I'm significantly hearing handicapped and I really hate social interaction at/during jobs. It took far too long for me to land in my niche, but it has been fantastic since I started working from home, 13.5 years ago, and writing, almost 5 years now. Before that and still now I work in sports video/statistics, which is also 100% WFH, so it really is the perfect situation for me. How does someone get into that? I don't have an English background, so are there some qualifications I need to pursue? Letter carrier. Even if people try to stop you to talk, you can point to all of the letters and say snow nor rain nor heat nor gloom of night. And move on. Letter carriers to me are seriously heroes and underappreciated. Rain or shine, no matter how hot or cold it is, they are walking their butts off 8 hours a day. Not after seeing that post where the dude cooked a steak in the mail truck with just ambient heat. I'm an ETL specialist, extract/transform/load. I take databases in one format and rework it into a different format. We interact with customers, but 80% of the time I'm working on my own, and it's remote. You need general IT knowledge, and scripting stuff like SQL or Python is helpful. Some people on our team make tools, others just use them. ETL is a job term you can search for. Yeah, welding seems like an awesome career, plus you could make stuff as a hobby. With proper PPE, does it nullify the danger of cancer-causing fumes and the damage to your eyes? What's roughly the pay for that, if you don't mind me asking? A friend of mine is a, roughly translated, server guard. He sits at a desk all night and watches series until some tech decides to fuck up. He leaves, fixes the issue and goes right back to Netflix or some PC games. His job is just to be there in case something happens. Freelance writer here. All my work interactions are done through online messaging. Occasionally I'll have a Zoom team meeting with a long-term client, but otherwise, it's just logging into my project dashboards, writing, posting, getting paid, lather, rinse, repeat. What niche do you write in? I sit in an office by myself and edit legal journals and documents and then send them back. The only interaction I have with anyone is "here's your thing" back in an email. It's pretty friggin' great. How did you score that, and what is your job title if you don't mind answering? I'm a qualified solicitor but would love a role like that, just focusing on legal work and drafting rather than all the bullshit involved with actually running numerous cases at once. Not sure how you go about finding such a gig though. Truck driver. Especially over-the-road driver in the US. I might talk to 3 people per day. Shipping clerk, receiving clerk, cashier at the truck stop. Some days, I can go all day without talking to another person. Light housekeeper. No more loneliness for Homer and Earl. I work at a warehouse, and I've gone months without having a full conversation. Nighttime security dude at a place very unlikely to ever be robbed. Men's warehouse. Depending on the site, security offices, aka firewatch. Crematorium operator, just the cremation, no funeral directing. Medical coder / biller, work from home. I really want to be a crematorium operator, I just don't know how, sad face. Don't you have to go to school to learn funeral stuff to be a crematorium operator? Coding. Virtually every software engineer I have met has no business being around other humans. Third shift warehouse / factory security, bonus solitude if the company has multiple warehouses and you have to drive from one to another each night. I worked the third shift at a large Central Florida theme park. It was nice, on my own most of the night, most of the time there were no guests to bother me, and I saw my boss maybe one time a night if that. Editing / proofreading. I work from home, have the occasional Teams meeting, send emails back and forth, but the majority of my work is done when everyone else is offline. Yup. It's great. Apart from the nightly rounds taking a bet on if we're gonna see a crackhead that night. Otherwise. Silence, and like right now cause I'm totally not on my shift. How does one get this kind of job? Is a college degree needed? I have better writing / editing skills than most degreed professionals I know, partly due to a lifetime of reading classic literature and a natural talent for grammar, as well as years spent in admin positions where I hone my skills. I heard from someone of the same profession that if you want to work an introverted job in the medical field, being a dosimetrist is not a bad option. I work from home in supply chain and I barely have to talk to people at all. Mostly emails and Teams. Want a job in the fast-paced, exciting world of radio without the fast pace and excitement? Then traffic is for you. In radio, traffic are the folks who schedule the commercials. It's just you in your cubicle, filling out spreadsheet after spreadsheet. If you don't like manual labor, accounting / bookkeeping is very non-social. 99% of my work interactions are by email or Slack. And nobody really bugs you in the office if you keep a spreadsheet full of numbers open on your screen. Smiley face. Medical technologist. Work in a lab, body fluids and limited human contact. Mortician is a good middle ground. You can still deal with people but most are incapable of interacting with you. But on a serious note, I hear it can be a very rewarding job, from what I gathered of a few videos I saw on YouTube where a mortician answered Twitter questions. Radiologist. Ah yes, just let me get into med school first. $400,000 starting salary to work from home is pretty common from what I hear from radiologist friend. Underrated response. This is what I do, still have to interface with truckers often but the interaction is minimal. Data entry might be a good one. For me I would say a grocery store worker who works in the back and sometimes stocks shelves. That is my job ATM, and don't do it in a small store, you want to work somewhere that's a decent size so we're not one of 3 people who are restocking. And when we're working in the back, at least for me, I don't really have to interact with anyone. That's just my say in things. When I was a custodian working through afternoon night I could pretty much just listen to podcasts, audiobooks, and music all through my shift and I rarely had to interact with another person. Working nights was also great because most businesses were not busy during the day, I could go to appointments or go shopping without running into huge crowds of people. I actually work at a sign manufacturing shop, and it's really chill. I sit up in my loft all day playing with a laser cutter, UV printer, and rotary engraver. There isn't much interaction and I wouldn't have it any other way. Debt collector. Everyone hangs up on you. You'll never have to talk to anyone. It's a good idea but around here, the pay is terrible. Warehouse logistics is, from what I've heard, about the most antisocial and solitary occupation anyone can do with minimal qualifications. I guess you could say warehouse logistics is the perfect job for introverted people who are looking to box themselves in.